So, in this podcast, we're going to discuss how to ensure that this Christmas is a safe and stress free one for you and your dog. Myself, Caroline Spencer, canine behaviourist, and my colleague, nutritionist Alison Frost, are going to run through and share our essential Christmas tips to you, learning practical insights into reducing stress, avoiding potential dangers, and ensuring a joyful Christmas for every single family member, including your four legged friends, of course. So, hi, Alison. And shall we
Hi.
start off with the top tips for about nutrition? What can we add safely to our dog's diet?
Yeah, sure, Caroline. Yeah, I mean, we all want to stay safe around Christmas. We want minimal stress and we want to treat our dogs. So that's the most important thing. So there's lots of really good, healthy bits of tidbits and treats that you can give your dog over Christmas where you'll find great nutrition, but also there'll be no hazards or risks associated with them. So straight away, meat. Any bits of lean meat, leftover cooked turkey, beef, lamb, pork are great to add in moderation because they're just really nutrient dense, tasty as anything, and you can just give the leftover bits into your dog's food. So they're great. Same with vegetables. So steamed vegetables are better than raw vegetables. They're digested much more effectively by the dog. So broccoli, kale, green beans, carrots are all great healthy additions. You can add up to about 20% to your dog's diet. I'd probably stay away from a lot of potatoes, certainly roast potatoes that are done in fats. Stick to the leaner nutrient dense vegetables, and you will be having a great time. Cranberries are another great source of nutrients. Just always check if you've actually pre-bought any cranberry sauces. It's better just to be like raw crushed cranberries to add to your dog's food or give them as a little treat. So they're just great sources of antioxidants, polyphenols, vitamin C, etc. If you have got any leftover meats with bone, then you can make bone broths, which are really nutrient dense. So, a great way to use up the turkey carcass if you don't want 15 days of turkey curry that's made after it, which is normally what happens. So, yeah, just use a leftover turkey carcass in a crock pot, fill it with water, a tablespoon or two of apple cider vinegar. You can add some of the veggies too, and then just let it simmer for 8-10 hours. Great nutrition, great all round, and you can freeze it and save it for a later date.
That's lovely. And of course, if you want to make your own special recipes for your dogs, we've got a lovely book on the website about with some special recipes that you can and your children can make for your dog. So it's something extra special as well. So,
Yeah, and don't forget also, some people are out for Christmas dinner but still want to give the dog a treat. So we have got our festive Christmas meal, which is the lovely Three Kings meal this year. So that's a combination of beef, goat, and lamb with some vegetables in there as well. So if you are away with family or you're going out for Christmas lunch, then don't worry. ProDog have got you covered on that front. Just add to your
yeah,
order.
that's nice and easy. So, thank you for going through all the add-ons that we can put into our dogs' meals. What are the key things that we should avoid?
Okay, yeah, no, that's a really good question, Caroline. So, a lot of high cooked fats are not advised to give to your dog. So, if you've got any leftover turkey skin, any pork crackling, a lot of fat off some lamb or beef, try and avoid that as much as possible because these can be quite inflammatory and you really do run the risk of increasing pancreatitis in your dogs. So, just avoid those as much as possible and please stick to lean meat. Heavily seasoned foods where there's a lot of salt or sugar's been added, heavy seasoning, these are really not good for your dog. So if you're not sure if you've bought in gravies or you've got cured hams or anything like that, just please avoid those because a huge amount of salt can make them drink more, can give them upset stomachs, and also, as I say, you do run the risk of affecting the kidneys somewhat when you do load with a lot of certainly table salt more than anything. Chocolate, again, I think everyone's pretty aware that chocolate is toxic for dogs. Dark chocolate is a lot worse than milk chocolate, but they all run the risk. So just make sure that you keep chocolates well away from your dog. And if they have pinched some, found some, ingested it, please phone your vet immediately for advice. A lot of people have baskets of nuts or little bowls of nuts around for people, which is great. But again, these can be quite toxic for dogs, especially if they're really highly salted. They've got macadamia nuts in there, and certainly if they include raisins as well, like the mixed nuts. So raisins, sultanas, and grapes are a definite no-no. So that includes mince pies, as I say, grapes with cheese, anything in with the nuts. So please keep those well away and out of reach of any dogs in your house.
Yeah, and gravy, we like putting a little drizzle of something lovely on our dog's food, but human gravy, not so good?
Yeah. Not so good, especially if there's things like wine in there, lots of onions, lots of salt, wheat flour. All these are just not great for your dogs at all. So, a little bit of bone broth, or I'm sure they're more than happy with a little bit of leftover lean meat added to the food anyway. So I would just avoid those as much as possible.
Perfect. And I suppose also be aware of your cooked turkey carcass.
Yeah, raw bones are absolutely fine and great for the vast majority of dogs, but cooked bones are a definite no-no because they actually splinter, they can become very hard. So you've got much more chance of a blockage, digestive issues, or even, with the sharpness, they could make some, cause some internal damage as well. So please stay away from any cooked bones whatsoever.
Perfect. Yeah, lots of alternatives out there. Ostrich bones and other big treats that you can give them if you'd like to do so.
Yeah, and the last thing that we do want to say is rawhide chews. I know it's not something that you would just have around tidbits, but rawhide sort of bone and chews are just really not good for dogs long term. So there is plenty of other natural dehydrated, longer lasting treats available from ourselves and other reputable raw food and treat brands. So yeah, please do stay away from
Yeah, thank
rawhide.
you for that reminder, Alison. Very, very important. So, like I said, we've got a blog on the website, so please do check that out and have a merry festive Christmas food wise. Now, going on to behavior, everybody gets pretty excited on run up behavior. The first thing I would suggest is do ensure that your dog has a safe space to retreat to if they want to. The run up to Christmas, we've got people knocking at a door and we've got parcels arriving and all the rest of it. So get them used to a nice safe space away from the front door just to make sure everything they're happy and safe. Okay, one, they won't be able to run out the door or mug the postman. But also our trees will be going up. So do ensure that you have baubles that aren't glass, so nice plastic baubles. If you're going to put chocolates on the tree, make sure you put a barrier around the tree so your dog can't get to it. Safer still, don't put them on there at all. Also be aware that people will be bringing Christmas presents around to put under the tree, which will be sitting there for a week or so prior to Christmas Day, and they may have food in them. So again, if you don't know, then make sure your Christmas tree is buried off and make sure your dog does not have access to that room while you're not in it. And talking about decorations, tinsel that can be eaten and it blocks up passages and all the rest of it. So think really carefully about the decorations you put up, how well you put them up, and that they're going to stay up all Christmas. So we've got the mistletoe as well, which is poisonous dogs. And poinsettia is another plant
Yeah.
that we get in. Now, that's a plant I've never had in my house because I have dogs, and it is very toxic to them. There'll be lots of food around at Christmas, so ensure that food is well put way behind where the dog can't get at it, and make sure your kitchen door is shut and the dog doesn't have access to it when you are not there, so you can't just guide them to make a better choice rather than jumping up on the surface. Now, bangers and crackers, of course, some dogs will find this quite alarming. Now, even if your dog has been fine before, it might not be this Christmas. It might be a bit older, and pain and noise phobia runs hand in hand. So do have, I would say, if I think it's always nice to have a door open so a dog can exit, but also if you've got balloons and poppers around and lots of people shouting and screaming and children running around, pop your dog in a safe space away. They'll be more than happy chewing on a nice ostrich bone or similar rather than joining in those kind of festivities, which they really don't understand. Children running around, actively supervise children. And if, of course, they're going to get really excited. And again, if that's so, then show your dog the safe space. Keep routine as it was, to have nice morning walk, give them meals, and yeah, by all means, make them part of the family. They can open their presents, but when it gets noisy, do just watch your dog's body language. Are they panting, pacing, looking a bit concerned, whale eyes, ears pinned back? So, know your dog's body language, know your own dog, and know what they do like and what they don't like, and what they can cope with and what they can't. As far my big
Yeah.
thing is dressing up dogs. Yeah, I'm absolutely happy with a coat, a jumper for my dog, but some dogs have grown up putting on little costumes and it's fine, and they don't get stressed about it. Other dogs will get very stressed about it, but also they will get very hot, and that's the main thing, so be very aware of what clothing you put on your dog and make sure it's really not worn inside the house because it's a very warm place to be during the Christmas time. So, yeah, I suppose those are my top tips really for Christmas. But,
Yeah, brilliant.
but
Excellent.
we're also, very aware that there'll be people who are spending time with just themselves and their dogs. So do go out and bump into people on walks. Make your dog a special Christmas meal. And we're around on Facebook and stuff for you to share photographs and share your experiences. So wishing everybody a very happy Christmas, whether you're with family or not, and wherever you are in the country.
Yep. And a very safe Christmas
Above
as well.
all, a very
So
safe Christmas. Absolutely. So I hope that's been
thank
helpful.
you.
Have you got anything else, any
Thanks,
other little
Caroline.
snippets to add, Alison, that
No, no, just we all want everyone to have a great Christmas and a safe Christmas, and nobody wants vet visits. So let's all just take a few tips and have a great, great stress-free
yeah,
Christmas.
absolutely. Well, we will see you in the new year, and thank you very
Yeah.
much for watching.